Hey everybody, welcome back to Havoc Maker Studio. My name is John. I'm hoping you guys have had a great week. It is the weekend, and I know you guys are excited. At least for those of you that have the weekend off, you get the chance to go play games, do some hobby, and maybe spend time with the family, loved ones. Just kick back and relax, and catch up on your YouTube crazy news. And we've got crazy news, two different pieces of topics I want to cover, but they're interconnected. The first we're going to go into and try to keep it very short because, man, I hate kicking a dead horse. But female custodes, we're going to put most of that off to the side. What I want to address is female custode controversy adjacent. If you have not seen or watched any of these videos from YouTubers, from the big named ones from like millions of subscribers to the little ones like myself, please hit that subscribe button. I really super appreciate it. There is rumors going around. It looks like they might start on 4chan, and they are rumors, though some of these YouTube, and I've watched 13 videos now. A couple of them I started skimming through, but they're saying that Henry Cavill is rage quitting Warhammer 40,000 project from Amazon, and that Amazon is the ones that are responsible for the female custodes because they wanted females in power armor. So first, let's address the Amazon connection. Do you guys think that Games Workshop, who has like tier 1 operator level lawyers who repel from Blackhawks or blacked out fans and swooping on anybody who even remotely messes with their IP, the type of guys that the type of people or type of company that they won't make any changes unless it fits for them. I mean, they don't listen to the customers, they don't listen to like Hasbro, they don't listen to anybody. This is what they lay out, and if you're not going to go with these terms, bye. Games Workshop is not going to listen to Amazon. Is it possible? Yeah, it is definitely possible, but I'd say the probability, because there's a difference between possible and probable, the probability is so low, we might as well say zero. We can't say 100% zero. We can't say exactly zero. I'm going to go with like 0.0000001% chance. That way, if it does happen, I'm at least covered by that. But in all honesty, do you think that Games Workshop would go, oh, that's a great idea, we're going to make that happen because Amazon said so? Really? After everything we've seen out there, do you think that they would go with that? Is it possible? Yeah. Probable? No. Now let's take a look at the Henry Cavill thing. At least most of these videos that I've watched, and so you don't have to watch them unless you want to, or they've said that Henry Cavill's rage quitting, providing not a bit of evidence. Most of them have said, hey, it's a rumor. The really good guys out there said, hey, I'm going to stress this and as many times as possible. It's a rumor. It's a rumor. It's a rumor. And then they'll go on talking about it and stress again that it's a rumor. Those are the ones that's good, just like I'm doing right here. It is a rumor. There's no validity to it. This is kind of the classic red shirt Games Workshop employee, manager to store says that he knows. And since it's a Games Workshop employee, the little, I don't know, the 13-year-olds are like, oh my gosh, I got to go to Reddit real quick and put that news out there or put it out on 4chan. And then it just starts spreading like wildfire. And then here we are today talking about it. And I'm done. It's a rumor. It's not happening. Do you really think that Henry Cavill is going to drop it? This isn't The Witcher. It's not Netflix. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. 0.00001% chance. All right, moving on to something more impactful for us as the fans, as the customers. If you are not aware, your local store either got a call yesterday or more likely today from Games Workshop, which is, I would say, almost 100% unprecedented, that they called up and go, hey, you're not getting your shit. And what aren't you getting? It's the the Adeptus Custodes and Orcs release that are supposed to happen this weekend. A lot of stores, and please, if you're one of the areas that are affected by this, I know we got people in Canada, we got people in Japan. Well, I don't know if you're still stationed there. Make sure you comment. Europe, and of course here in the U.S., and one guy in Mexico that flies back and forth. At any rate, we got a lot of people that could be affected by this. If your area is affected by this, put it in the comments below. I would really like to kind of get a good look at the demographic, if you will, of places that are impacted by this. So they called up this morning or last night or yesterday, not last night, but yesterday, saying, hey, you're not going to get your stuff. The orders are in like different locations. We don't know where like the Oric Champions box. Now, one of my sources when we were talking on Discord earlier, that it also included the Stompa Boys box. These are the Battle Force boxes coming out, but it looks like that it's just the Oric Champions box. You might not be getting it at all. Stores have been going, hey, we actually got, when we got our phone call, they said that they are crediting the Oric Champions back onto our account. So does that mean that they're not going to get them? Supposedly, they are still getting them later on once they find the box. The box seems to be missing, right? The shipping container. I don't know if this is like I think it was Dust Tactics years ago, or was it Confrontation? One of them, shipping container was lost at sea. So if any of you guys are wreck divers, you might want to go looking for that treasure. But at the end of the day, those battle forces are delayed no matter what. How delayed they are depends on which one, where you are in the order of operation, so to speak, with Games Workshop. On top of that, all the rest of the Adeptus Custodes and Orc releases, the regular codexes, the combat patrols, the cards, the dice, anything else that would be coming out alongside of it, not arriving this weekend. Anything that was ordered for this release weekend not happening, which is a devastating blow to friendly local game stores. And us, in a way, it's a luxury item, so it's like, oh darn it, we're not going to get our stuff this weekend and stack up with the rest of our plastic gray shame stuff. But for the stores, it is a major impact, because this is the stuff that they rely on. Games Workshop announced this stuff going on pre-order the following Saturday. I think so. Is the 20th when it was like official. I think that's when it went on pre-order for everybody, or maybe it was on the 13th. I forget. But stores had to make that order on the 8th or the 9th. So for the 27th release. So they waiting 3 weeks for that product, almost full 3 weeks. Plus, when they made that order, they got billed basically the next day or the day after. So they have been out a few $1,000s, $3,000-$4,000 of product. And now they're not getting it on a very important release weekend. A lot of stores rely on these release weekends. Yes, if they're smart, they acknowledge they spread it out over the weekend, but these weekends are always a big hit for stores. It gets people in the store, new people into the store, get them in their gaming, introducing to the community. It's very important to have these release weekends. It's far more impact. It's a greater impact than just the dollar amount. It gets more people in store and helps the community grow and communicate and just be really healthy. So Games Workshop has once again screwed over the local game stores. They've been having supply chain issues for a few years now. I'd say since at least 2020. I think that's around Cursed City timeframe, and it's just gotten worse. Pandemic's been over for 2 years at least. Can't blame it on that anymore. I am going to blame it on, is it Richard? Yeah, Roundtree, the CEO. He's the top man. It always falls on the top man's fault. It is his fault that Games Workshop has been having problems with the supply chain issues. Everything coming from the UK to here, or China to here, or China to the UK to here, depending on what the product chain is. The programs that Games Workshop is investing in, the IT programs to redo their infrastructure, mainly for ordering, because the legacy program that they had, which was not experiencing any problems, stores, especially when I was running stores or working at stores, we had no problem with getting our product. So why get rid of the legacy program that works? I don't know. let's go with this new program that's going to cost, I think at least the European one was like £1 million they've invested in, that still has problems. And then of course here, I think I think it's SIMP. No, not SIMP. Or Thought. It's the System Integrated Program. I think that's what it's called. That is a problem that's a program that's been having problems working. And that's part of the reason why we've been having supply chain issues. And you add on to that where they can't keep people in the warehouse to be working. On top of that, I think in the past year, Games Workshop has opened up more trade accounts than ever before. So, one head is not talking to the other, and they're both ignoring the one that's screaming over here saying, hey, we need to get our act together. We three need to talk so we can make this work. And these two are just up in freaking, I don't know, La La Land. And Roundtree, who's just kind of sitting by the, their little cubicle with his coffee cup going, yeah, I'm going to need you to come in on the weekend. Yeah. And it has no idea what's going on. The guy is, I'm going to say the guy is clueless because his company is burning down around him. He's had at least 2 years to fix a lot of things, and they're still not fixing it. Another example is when the Adeptus Custodes and Orcs were presented to the stores, who had to give their pre-order numbers before anybody could go, hey, I want that. They had to give those numbers, and they can't go to the customers going, hey, who wants one of these? Put up the pre-orders right now. Games Workshop says you cannot do that. You can't even talk about it. And so they have to guess. So they're kind of up shit creek without knowing what the customers, us, want. Right now, yeah, some of them do some shady stuff on the side, but if you're a legit business and you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, you have no clue what your customers want. You have to guess. And Games Workshop turns around and goes, oh, by the way, last minute, we are going to go ahead and do some allocations. We're going to adjust Adeptus Custodes and Orcs, two really super popular armies. We're going to go ahead and do some allocations. And now you're down to like 2 or 3 of any given box. Total BS. But just a few weeks prior to that, they go, hey, we got these great crew boxes coming out. Everybody's going to love them. You can order as many as you want. And stores didn't order as many as Games Workshop was hoping for. So this is another one of those issues where Games Workshop is not thinking, what do customers want? They do not have the pulse, the finger on the pulse of the customers, because Games Workshop calls up later and goes, hey, everybody, your friendly local game stores, guess what? We're going to do you guys a huge favor. I can't do the Donald Trump thing, but the huge favor is we've got some crew boxes available for you. Would you like some? And the stores are pretty much like, no, screw off. We don't want them because we're still sitting on those boxes. We're not selling as many. And there are stores right now still with crew boxes because nobody wants them. They're great. I think the models are amazing. I'm painting up one for somebody right now. I think it's a great thing, but why overproduce something without knowing if that's what people want, right? And then you turn around to 2 other popular armies that are mainstay armies that are getting a new book. Why aren't you producing enough product to get to the customers? And now customers can't even get their product on the release. Now, the good thing is most of the stuff is going to be arriving probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. So please save your dollars. Don't run off to a Warhammer store. Don't give Games Workshop their money. You go to your local game store who's already paid for the product, right? Games Workshop's already got their money. So go to your local stores, buy from them, screw the Warhammer stores, the Games Workshop stores, whatever they are now. Go to your local store and buy there first, right? Help them out. Don't help out the Warhammer Games Workshop store. Games Workshop already got their money from the friendly local game stores. Help them out, right? So you'll be able to get those Monday or Tuesday. It's okay. That's not the end of the world. It is kind of screwing over the local stores because they need it for this weekend, but you can at least give them the money on Monday or Tuesday or sometime next week. Give them a call saying, hey, I know you guys didn't get your stuff, or did you? And if you did, I'm coming to get it now. But if just give them a call saying I'll be on Monday or Tuesday to get it, and then go get it, man. Just go get it there, get it, and go home and have fun with your little plastic toy soldiers and screw over Games Workshop. Does that make sense? I hope so. Started rambling there. Now, in regards to the Orc Champions box and possibly the Stompa Boys box, the Battle Forces, from what I understand through our little Discord chat, is that Games Workshop, even though they credited the money back onto accounts, which is like unheard of, because they usually will just go, we're just going to sit on it for now. They have reassured some stores, and you might want to check with your store, some stores, that you will be getting the Orc Champions box, and possibly the Stompa box. I'm not sure about that one. That you're going to get them. It'll be just later, basically, once we find the box. Once we find the Connex box, the shipping container, we'll go ahead and we'll get those out to you. You're still going to get them. We're just putting money back on your account, which tells me that either they did lose it, or since it felt like it was very specific about the Orc Champions, either they lost it like they said they did, or they didn't make enough. And they really I might have to reach out to somebody. I might have to do that. I'm wondering if they did such a poor management of ordering, making the Orc Champions box, that they really they screwed them. They undersupplied themselves. That makes sense. I hope so. If your area, and I think I mentioned this before, if your area was impacted by this, whatever state is, you don't have to give me your full address. I don't need any of that. But if you want to say Rolla, Missouri, or New York, whatever, tell me, or just what state you are, if it affected you or not. Put that in the comments below. I would really like to hear it. Also, I'd like to hear if your store, and you can put it in the same comment or make a second comment. That would be awesome. Put down there if your store has been having supply chain problems as well. Let's communicate, because if we can, at least we might be able to do something. I don't know what, but the more we talk, the more we communicate, the more information we gather, there's a possibility of us be able to affect something, even temporary. So let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you are not too badly impacted by not getting, especially you store owners or employees that were really counting on this over the weekend, or those of you that needed it for a tournament this weekend, which probably wouldn't have worked because you would have needed it. Anyways, I hope you're not impacted by this too much. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Get some hobbying done, get some video gaming done, whatever it is that you do to blow off some steam. Watch Rebel Moon Part 2. I don't know, whatever it is that you need to take a break. You guys have yourself a wonderful night. I'll chat with you later. See ya.